Okay, I've turned on the recorder. All right, we are convened here today, September 23rd, 2021, for a continued hearing in the matter of Tara Campbell versus UW Parkside. And it is ERD case number CR 2019-00494. EEOC case number 26G 2019-00537C. And today is the second day of hearing in this matter. The first day of hearing was May 26th, 2021. So basically today we're going to pick up where we left off on the first day of hearing. I am Administrative Law Judge Roseanne Wasserman. I presided over the first day of hearing, and I'll be presiding over this day of hearing as well. I will have the parties state their appearances for the record. First of all, for the complainant. Just a minute, I'm having problems here. Just a minute. Okay, so we are recording. Okay, so I'm sorry, there was a technical problem there with the recorder. All right, so let's see, what was I just about to, I lost my train of thought because of that.
Judge, I believe you were going to have the parties introduce themselves. Starting.
Yeah, right, and so I am so sorry. All right, so first of all, for the complainant.
Attorney Thomas J. McClure appears by WebEx, as does the claimant Tara Campbell.
Okay, and for the respondent.
For the respondent, it's Attorney Matthew Lind appears via WebEx with Sharonda Glass, the Director of Human Resources, and our witness, Robert Grieshaber.
Okay. And yes, I'll just note for the record that this hearing is being recorded with video, with WebEx. So this is an online hearing, and it's being recorded with WebEx video conferencing software. And the video tape recording, audio and video, that will be the official record of the hearing. And we picked up, as I said, we're going to pick up where we left off on the first day of hearing. And the first day of hearing, we heard the testimony of the complainant, Ms. Campbell, and the complainant rested its case. And then so today we're moving into the respondent's case. And as I understand, the respondent will be calling two witnesses, Mr. Grieshaber, and then Ms. Glass will be testifying. And then after that, if the complainant wishes to provide testimony in rebuttal, of course, she'll be given that opportunity later. Now, let's see. We already have a number of exhibits that were marked on the first day of hearing, and some of them have already been offered in. Not all of them. We can get to that later. Complainants exhibits C1, C2, and C3 have already been received into evidence, and respondents exhibits 2 and 3 have been received into evidence. But there's also respondents 1 and respondents 4, which were not offered into evidence on the first day of hearing. And then now there's a new exhibit, respondents exhibit number 4, respondents exhibit number 5, which the respondents submitted right after the first day of hearing. And so I think the first witness, Mr. Grieshaber, will be testifying about that. So that hasn't been officially marked yet for the record, and it certainly hasn't been offered or received yet. So we'll be dealing with that later. So I think that's it. And I just do want to note that we are getting a late start today. The hearing was supposed to start at 10 o'clock, but we actually weren't able to start until about 10:45 because complainants counsel had another court matter scheduled and needed to reschedule that, and there were some delays involved with that. And Mr. McClure had sent an email this morning about that, and we did briefly convene, not on the record, but all of us on WebEx to discuss the timing. So anyway, I guess Attorney McClure has rescheduled that other case, that other court matter, and and then he needed some time to get to his office. So we delayed the start of the hearing. So anyway, here we are now. Let's see, what else? I guess is there anything else that needs to be stated before we get into the testimony? Oh, I'm sorry, not from complainant. Okay, from respondent, nothing?
From the
Okay,
respondent.
that's fine. That's fine. All right, then, let's see. I guess if you're going to call Mr. Grieshaber, oh, I know, before we call him, since he is going to be talking about Respondents Exhibit 5, I do have a copy of it, I mean, I have it up, I can put it up on the screen. Last time, of course, all the exhibits had been pre-marked and bait stamped, and I had them all, I could show them on the screen. And I do have Respondents 5, and I can show it on this, on the computer. I can share my screen and show it. However, it's sideways. All the photographs it's really hard to see. So what I did is I printed one out for myself so I can see it the right direction. If it was all in, the photos were all in, I guess, you'd say landscape instead of portrait mode. And I couldn't change that on the PDF. So yeah, I'm hoping that everybody has a printed out copy that they can look at for Respondents Exhibit 5. The other documents we can look at on the screen if need be. But does everybody have a copy of Respondents 5 that they've printed out?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. McClure, you have one?
Yes.
And Ms. Campbell?
No, I don't think I have one.
Well, I don't know if you got a copy of,
I don't believe I did.
yeah, I don't know if, Mr. Lynn, did you send, when you CC'd it, when you sent it, I'm sure you sent one, you did send one to Mr. McClure. Did you send one to Ms. Campbell too? I'm just asking so she can look at the,
I don't recall, Judge. I'm going to pull it up here.
Yeah, I mean.
What's the date again?
I believe I sent it on May 27th of this year. So I'm just going through my email really quickly.
Yeah, actually, I can find it, your email about that.
It was sent on May 27th.
Email from Respondents Attorney with copy of, no, that's wrong.
I can forward this to.
Here we are. Yeah, it was May 27th. Email from second would like to present a rebuttal witness. May 27th?
That's correct.
May 27th, yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I can, but if you send it now to Ms. Campbell? I can't hear you.
See it. I see it. I have it.
The thing is yours sideways also then? Where it's hard to see because all the photos are sideways?
Photos are not sideways in the version I'm looking at that I sent.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. Somehow that's how it came out when I got it. And so, okay, well then that'll be good. Then if it's not sideways, because I was, trying to look at it this way, and I couldn't do it. But if Ms. Campbell, if you can look at it, if it's right side up for you, then you can just look at your version, and then everybody else, if however you want to look at it. But I have a printed out copy, so that should work okay. Although I will say it's very blurry, some of the pictures, and again, maybe it's the copy I got, but the numbers, there's a ruler, and that's what's important here, measuring the arm's length and so forth to fit within the doctor's restrictions. And those numbers, I mean, as long as the parties stipulate, but I can't lot of, on most of the photos, I can't really see the numbers. They're too blurry on the ruler.
So Judge, I think we're going to get some testimony from Mr. Grieshaber
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
fine then. I was just noting that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
enough. So I have not forwarded this to Ms. Campbell. I just forwarded it to Mr. McClure and to you and to my colleagues here. Would you want me to forward it to Ms. Campbell right now?
Well, forward what? You already sent it. I already have it. You don't need to
Yeah, I
send
did
it
not
back.
send, I did not send it to Ms. Campbell. I only sent it to Attorney McClure.
Oh, I thought she said, Ms. Campbell, you said you were looking at it. Maybe Mr. McClure sent it to you?
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. So no need to do that. Then we all have copies of it to look at when the time comes to look at it. Okay, so if you want to have Mr. Grieshaber go to the seat where he'll be testifying from, that would be good.
Okay. Bob, if you can kind of come up here, do you have your paper copy with you?
Yes. I do.
Okay, all right, thanks much.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Grieshaber, because this is a video hearing and we're not in here in person, I'm not going to have you stand up and raise your right hand to swear you in, so you can do it while you're sitting. But if you could raise your right hand so I can swear you in, please. Do you swear that the testimony you are about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do. Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If you could please state your name and spell it for the record.
My name is
Robert Grieshaber, Grieshaber.
And again, it's pronounced Grieshaber?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm hoping this won't be a problem, and maybe it was just for a minute there, but there was this echo effect, and hopefully, I don't know if other people heard that when you spoke, but I'll let you know if it gets to be a problem. But anyway, all right, so Mr. Lind, you may begin your direct examination.
All right, Bob, can you tell us what your position is at UW Parkside and how long you've been there?
I am the Safety and Risk Officer. I have been at UW Parkside for 9 years.
Okay,
excellent.
and I have to make sure that we're getting a good record here, and I'm sorry that I have to interrupt I have to make sure the recording will be, people will be able to make out the words later. I don't know if it's the audio, I don't know if it's the mask. Some of your words were kind of lost. I know you said safety and risk manager. And then you said you've worked there for 9 years.
That is correct.
Okay, I'm hoping, I don't know what the problem was. I'll just hope that it'll get better, the audio. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, one second, Judge. Bob, I think if we turn off the volume on his and just have it on mine. So the volume. Yeah. Okay, Judge, can you still hear us?
Yes. Now you two, Mr. Lind and Mr. Grieshaber, you two are sitting close to each other. I know you're at different computers. I don't know if that's the problem. There's feedback and, kind of an echo effect. I don't know if that's what the problem is.
Yeah, one second, Judge.
Do you want me to pause the recording while you fix something or readjust something?
Let's see here. So your speaker.
You know what? I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, I've turned the recorder back on. I think we have resolved the audio problems. Let's hope for the best here. Okay, so go ahead, please, with the direct exam.
All right, Bob, could you just remind us of the amount of time you have worked at Parkside and what your role is there?
Yes, I've been here 9 years. I am the safety risk officer. I deal in occupational safety and health matters, OSHA issues, and risk management issues.
Excellent. And so I put in front of you a document that should be labeled as R5. I'd like you to take a moment just to look through that document and let me know, once you've had a chance to look through it, let me know.
And I think we discussed this on the record. It wasn't when we were off the record, but yes, this is Respondents Exhibit 5, and it was submitted as an additional exhibit by the respondent after the first day of hearing. It was sent to the Equal Rights Division on May 27th, which was, I guess, the day after the hearing, the first day of hearing. And again, this might have been off the record, I don't recall, or on the record, but I do have a copy of it, and that I can put on the screen to share, but I'm not gonna, the parties all have printed out copies of it to look at. And I have a printed out copy because the copy that I would put on the screen is sideways. The way it came into me, the photographs are sideways, so it's really hard to see that way. So as I understand it, everybody at the hearing now today, Ms. Campbell, as well as Mr. McClure, as well as Mr. Lind, and the witness all have printed out copies of Respondents Exhibit 5, and I do as well. So, okay. And by the way, there's a cover sheet, and then the document itself, I believe, is 11 pages. And it has, it says on the top of the document, it's numbered page 1, 1 of 11, 2 of 11, 3 of 11, etc. So we can refer to the document, the pages that way, because I didn't have this document bait stamped like the other documents that we have were bait stamped. So we'll have to identify the pages that way. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, Bob, have you seen this document before?
Yes, I have.
And are you familiar with how this document was created?
Yes. In April, near April 11th, it's dated April 11th, 2018. Our workers' compensation coordinator, Miss Christine Heilgeist, who worked in the HR department, asked me for assistance in creating this document, taking measurements of the routine hand and arm positions of Tara Campbell as she operated our 2 small buses.
Okay, boy, I hate this. It slows things down. I know. I apologize, but I want to make sure we have a good record here in terms of the audio. And I'm having a lot of problems hearing you, Mr. Grieshaber. You kind of lose every other word. I don't know what it is. It's feedback. And I don't know. If
Judge, Judge, can we try the big screen for the audio?
Yeah. Okay. Let me go pause the recording again to allow you to do that. All right. I turn the recorder back on, and hopefully the audio will work now. All right. So, Mr. Grieshaber, you were just saying something about Chris Heilgeist. I just want to, for the record, that's Heilgeist, correct? And is it Christine?
That is correct.
Christine, okay, and I know there were references to her the first day of hearing. And what was her position at the time?
Christine is the workers' compensation coordinator in the human resources department at UW Parkside.
Is she still working there?
She is not. She retired in 2019.
Oh, okay. All right, so you were, and I'll just stop in a minute. I just want to clarify from what came in to the record before we went off to fix the audio. But you were saying that she asked you to take some measurements of, what was it she asked you to do, asked your help on?
We were received guidance from Tara Campbell's physician on arm positions. So we attempted to take measurements over two vehicles that Tara regularly drove as a shuttle driver to document the routine arm positions and the extension which were required to operate the bus, particularly the hands on steering wheel and to open and close the door, which was a button on the dashboard.
Okay, Mr. Lynn, go ahead.
All right, so I'd like to direct your attention to page 2 of 11 of what's marked page 2 of 11 of this exhibit. And there should be an image on that page. Can you describe to us what that image depicts?
Page 2 of 11 depicts the larger bus, which was the bus that Tara Campbell drove on a more regular basis. And this describes the typical 10-2 driving position on the steering wheel. And it was approximately 14.5 inches, the distance.
And the inch, and you're measuring from where to where when you say 14 inches?
From the shoulder joint to the 10-2 position on the steering wheel.
But the actual, her hand, then you're going to her hand on the steering wheel, you're saying? Or to the steering wheel itself? Okay. So in this picture, it's a little, so you're going from what part of the shoulder? How did you measure it?
To the center of the shoulder.
And the copy of the exhibit that I'm looking at, the photos are quite blurry. And this one in particular, as far as I see there's this measuring tape. And I can't read those numbers, or I can't actually make them out on the photo. Do you have I don't know if it's your testimony, and there may be no dispute if other people have better copies of this, but is that there's a pen, like a marker, a Sharpie marker, it looks like, that's being held up. Is that your hand, by the way, in the photo?
That is correct. The hand and the magic marker is my hand showing the distance. And this particular photo would be 14.5 inches.
You can read the numbers, or you're just remembering that? Can you actually see that on here? I mean, the numbers are absolutely illegible on mine.
I have a clearer copy than our 5, which was put into a PowerPoint, and yes, I can read the number clearly on my copy.
Okay, so you're looking at a different copy. You're looking, I don't know, I mean, I don't think it's just a matter of a better copy being sent, but maybe Mr. Lind, Attorney Lind, you can send a better copy later that I can substitute for what you sent me before.
Judge, I don't think the image on this particular page is that important, or the measurement on this particular page.
Okay, as long as you're right, probably. I mean, as long as there are other pages that have the measurements where we can actually read them, then that's fine.
Yes.
We'll see. If there's a better version of this, you know, I haven't looked through each page. Maybe the very next page might be that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then that's fine.
Okay, so we will make sure to send on there's another version of this, I think, with clearer images, so we will send that out for the hearing if that's what you're requesting. Bob, I'd like to direct your attention back to this picture. Do you see the marker do you see where the 1 foot marker is on the tape measure?
That is correct. I see where the 1 foot marker is.
And there's numbers on this tape measure. What to your best knowledge, what do those numbers represent? What distance do those numbers represent?
Well, the numbers are inches, and the pen would be at 14.5 inches.
Okay, so each number is approximately 1 inch apart. So on the image, you see where it says number 10?
I do. I see number 10.
Did you see where it says number 11?
That is correct. I see number 11.
Is that approximately 1 inch? Is what that's depicting?
That is 1 inch, correct.
Okay, thank you. So I think once again, the importance here is going to be measured in inches, Judge. So we'll try and use that scale for the other images as well.
Okay.
All right, I would like to direct your attention to page 3. Would you tell me what this image depicts?
This image depicts a left-hand turn with the right arm in it'd be the 10 position on the steering wheel. And this distance from the shoulder with the arm extended would be 19 inches.
And is this the same bus?
This is the same bus. This is the large bus.
All right, let's turn to page.
So wait, just so I understand. So this is how much Ms. Campbell would have to stretch out her right. Now this is measuring her right hand, correct?
That would
Says,
be,
which hand are we talking about now?
We're talking about page 3 right now?
Yeah, so it's hard for me to make out what's being measured here from the shoulder to where? I mean, you said it's as if she's making a turn.
in this picture, page 3,
Yeah.
Tara is representing a left hand turn. So her arm would be at the 10 position,
Yeah.
and from the center of the shoulder to the hand on the steering wheel, it was 19 inches.
And which hand are we talking about now? Her left or her right hand?
Excuse me, the right hand. Right shoulder to the right hand, 19 inches.
The right hand. When she's making a right turn.
Left turn,
Oh, I'm sorry, a left turn?
correct.
Okay, a left turn. But we're measuring the right hand making a left turn,
That is correct.
and it would be also on the 10 o'clock position on the steering wheel,
Yes,
but this is 19 inches and the one before was 14.5 inches. But that was also on the 10 position?
Judge, can I ask some questions to help clarify?
Yeah, I'm confused here.
So Bob, when you say the 10 position on the steering wheel, are you saying 10 o'clock with reference to the steering wheel as turned, or 10 o'clock with reference to the seat and the driver?
it would be to the reference of the driver, the hand position on the wheel.
Okay, thank you. So,
But
one more question for you.
the previous page was it was also, you said her right hand was. Oh, the difference is the right turn. This is the 10. I am a little bit confused here. 10, because I thought you said it's also the 10 o'clock position. No, in that case, the left hand was at the 10 o'clock position on the page 1. And there was a reference to the 10 o'clock position for both page 2 and page 3.
Judge, I think
Yeah.
that the reference to the 10 o'clock position is not helpful for you right now. So what I would like to just talk about is the type of movement the vehicle is making, because I am also confused. So I think it'd be better for all of us to just talk about the type of movement that the steering wheel is directing the vehicle to make. So let's go back to page 2 and let's describe what movement is the vehicle making in page 2. So Bob, is the vehicle going straight? Is it turning right? Or is it turning left on page 2?
On page 2, the vehicle would be going straight.
Thank you.
And therefore, the 10 o'clock and the 2 o'clock thing, that can be helpful. You're saying then her left hand is at the 10 o'clock position, right?
Judge Wasserman, I think that he has provided conflicting testimony about what the 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock position
No.
is.
I want to know where the hands are because otherwise I won't understand where the hands are on the steering wheel. In this first picture on page 2, the hand, the right hand, which is what you're measuring, right, is on the 2 o'clock position, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Then when you go to page 3, that's where the car is turning left. The steering is, she's steering to the, steering to the right. Is that correct? No?
On page,
No, it's a left hand, excuse me. Page 3 now, that's a left-hand turn. Is that correct?
that is correct.
So where does her right hand go when you're still measuring the right hand, correct? On page 3?
Can you repeat the question, please?
On page 3 now, there's a measurement,
Yes,
which you said was 19 inches. And that you're still measuring the from the middle of the shoulder to where the hand is on the steering wheel, right?
that is correct.
And you're measuring the right hand.
That is correct.
So the right hand now, for it to be 19 inches, it must have moved because it was 15 inches or 14 and a half inches before. So the right hand has moved over to the 10 o'clock position?
That is correct.
Okay. And that is a 19-inch distance, according to this.
Correct.
So because her hand moved, her right hand moved from the 2 o'clock position to the 10 o'clock position.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Do you want to move on to the next page? Or
Yes, you actually clarified my own confusion. I was getting 10 and 2 backwards, so I really appreciate that. So now I understand my own witness's testimony. So thank you for asking this question.
okay, you're welcome.
Which is on me for confusing 10 and 2. So let's turn to page 4. What's marked as page 4 of 11 in response to exhibit 5. And could you describe what this image depicts?
Image 4 depicts Tara Campbell reaching for the button, which would open the door of the bus. And there would be 2 movements associated with opening and closing the door. One reach to open the door, and then there would be a corresponding reach to close the door. And this measurement would be a reach from the shoulder to the tip of the finger of 22.5 inches.
And is it the same button that she presses to open and close the door?
That is correct.
Judge, any questions on this picture from you?
No. Oh, let me ask you, when you were doing this, so you were in the vehicle with, this is a shuttle bus, right? This is what you would call the shuttle bus?
That is correct. This would be the
Okay.
the larger of our two shuttle buses.
What's the other one called? What do you refer to the other one as?
The
You just a
smaller small bus.
Oh, okay, because there was something about a golf cart or that was something else. That's something else, I guess. There was some discussion of that. So this is just the larger of the two shuttle buses. Okay. And you were sitting, was the shuttle actually parked or was it driving while you were doing these measurements? Was it actually,
The vehicle,
was the car moving? I mean, the shuttle bus moving?
no, the vehicle was parked. It was just a simulation of the routine movements.
So like for turning the last picture was, for example, turning left. So there wasn't, you weren't actually turning, but you were,
You just lost your audio for a second.
I'm sorry?
Oh, now we can hear you again.
Okay, so sure, the car was not, the shuttle bus was not moving, but you had Ms. Campbell take her arm as if she were going to turn the shuttle bus left.
That is correct.
So it wasn't the full movement of when you turn left on a vehicle, but it was reaching to start that left turn.
Correct.
Judge, I can't see the amount of inches.
Yeah, so you said that this is 22.5 inches on page 4.
Correct.
Thank you.
And again, this is a very blurry picture as far as the numbers go. And I can't see what that says. Now, I know I could blur in this very blurry, this measuring tape is all very blurry. I mean, you can see the marks where there's inches, so I suppose one could count and it would be, but how do you know that this is 22? I mean, I can't read that, and I guess neither can Mr. McClure.
To the left of the magic marker, you can see a black mark on the measuring tape, which indicates the 2-foot mark, 24 inches. So we're just an inch and a half shy, where the magic marker is an inch and a half shy of the 2-foot mark. So that would be 22.5 inch.
Okay, now that makes sense to me, but it would be better to have a picture we could actually see the numbers. So Mr. Lynn, did you say you will send another copy of this document to everybody? So we can all, check it later and make sure the numbers correspond. But most importantly for me to put into the record here for this case, you'll be able to send a better photograph, a better copy of the photograph so we can actually read the numbers?
Judge, I will send you whatever copies we have in our file that are, and we will attempt to find something better. I do think that since we're talking about distance here, I do think this is it's sufficient for Bob to testify that he held the tape straight, and that you can see that the inch marks are on here. We're talking.
Yes, of course, yes, we can do it, and yes, if that black mark he's saying to the left there is the 2-foot mark, then 2 inches is 24 inches, and 24 minus 2 is 22, obviously, and so on. But it would obviously be better if we could have one where you can actually clearly see the numbers. If you don't have it, if you can't provide it, then we'll deal with this, with what we have.
us to find that, that document now and share it before we continue testimony, or can we continue?
No. I think we can work with this. But if you can later, after the hearing, provide a better copy, that's what I'm asking.
Excellent, Judge.
And then I can, we can all look at it, when, for example, Attorney McClure gets his copy, and when of course, I get my copy, then I'll look and I'll say, oh yeah, there it is. You can clearly see 22 and a half, and I'm assuming it'll all match up. I'm not questioning any of the validity. It's just for the record, it'd be nice to have one where you could actually just see the numbers. So we'll just, for now, we'll go with what we have, and then later on, we can talk about you submitting a better copy.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Let's turn to what's marked as page 5 of 11.